I have never run a paid ad for my product photography business, and I have been consistently booked out for the last couple of years, all thanks to Instagram. Now, in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 growth hacks to help you organically grow your audience and gain more of the right kind of followers, get more eyes on your work, and ultimately convert your potential leads into paying clients. Now, the first thing that I really want to emphasize, and this is why I believe I've been able to use Instagram to become consistently booked out, and that is being consistent. So this means showing up as much as you can, pushing your work out there so that you are always front of mind with your potential clients. Now, I know we all live very busy lives, and this was actually a main struggle that many of you said you had, was that you struggled to be consistent. And I have a way for you to combat this. This video is sponsored by Later, and personally, after trying many Instagram planning and scheduling platforms, Later has become my absolute favorite. And there are a few reasons why. The first reason is auto scheduling. So our company, Instagram Timber Media House, it doesn't really get as much love as it should. And so auto scheduling our photos and our videos has been an absolute lifesaver. So once you've written out your caption and added your hashtags, you can head up here and select the date and time you want the post to go live. Like, it's seriously so easy. And I also love that you can immediately see it on the calendar in a weekly or monthly view and preview how it's all going to look on your feed. When it does go live though, just don't forget to hop onto Instagram, share it to your stories, and engage with your audience. Number 2 is that it makes batch creating your posts incredibly quick and easy. Like, you could schedule out a whole month in just over an hour. Like, that is so efficient. I simply drag my photo or video into Later, and yes, you can auto schedule videos as well. I write my caption, I even add my hashtags for the first comment, and you can pull from saved hashtag sets as well, and voila, it's done. And the other thing that I really enjoy too is that you can do this all from your laptop. You can use the mobile app, but because all of my content is stored on multiple hard drives, all I have to do is plug them in and just drag all the content directly into Later instead of transferring onto my phone and then putting it into Later. And number 3, you also have detailed access to analytics with Later so that you can analyze what's doing well and post more of that content. So I highly recommend go and check out Later's growth plan. You can get the first month completely for free. Just use my code Amanda21, and I'll leave all the details in the description box below for you. Now, when it comes to being consistent on Instagram, I know it can be really hard to create content when we have so many things going on in our personal life, and with our client work, it gets really busy. So as I mentioned before, batch creating is going to be the best way to move forward. So you want to plan out a content creation day, block it off in your calendar. You might want to plan out some things that you want to shoot on that day, whether it's reels, behind the scenes content, you want to take some photos of yourself. Have a solid plan for that content creation day so that when it comes to actually creating the content, you don't have to think up of new concepts. You've got everything written out right in front of you, and all you have to do is tick each one off your list. Number 2 is posting reels. Now that Instagram has verbally said that it's no longer just a photo sharing app, some of you have gone into a little bit of panic mode and wondered, what's the point? You know, am I going to lose my career? Are people even going to want product photography? Yes, people are definitely going to want product photography. That is not going away. And Instagram has actually prioritized video for years, so it's not really new information. And with any digital landscape, we have to continue to innovate. We have to continue to adapt. So this is your opportunity to adapt and start creating more video content. Now, when it comes to reels, my best performing reels have been my behind the scenes content. And these are really easy to make, and they're really effective. So when you're actually doing a photo shoot, be very mindful to grab your phone and just take 5 to 15 seconds worth of content when you're doing a scene, so that when you're ready to make your reel, you have all these little clips that you can compile together, and then you can put your final product images at the end. And I find this to be a really effective type of reel. And I kid you not, when I post this type of reel, majority of the time I will have at least one inquiry sitting in my DMs asking for more information about my services and my prices. Now, apart from creating behind the scenes reels, for other types of reels, I like to start with finding trending sounds. And I either look on my explore page at what other people are using, or I look at my favorite creators and see what kinds of sounds they're using and what's done well. And then I find out how I can relate the sound to something specific in product photography. And there are so many topics that you could cover. So draw on your own experience, get creative, and just have fun with it. And you don't have to stand there and dance around and point to different areas on your screen. Personally, that's not my kind of vibe. I really love doing the kind of character sounds where you are a character and then you relate that to something in product photography. For me, they're really fun to do. Takes a while to get right sometimes with the timing of the sound, but I think they're fun, they're entertaining, and they can be really effective. Number 3 is post the work you want to be hired for and engage with the brands that you would love to connect with. Now, if you wanted to work with more skincare brands and that is the niche that you want to target, then it makes complete sense to post more of that type of work on your page. So, for example, if you do skincare photography and you do food photography, but you want to do more skincare photography and attract those brands, it doesn't make sense to post your food photography photos because they're not going to attract a skincare brand to your page. So you've got to be really mindful of the type of content that you're posting so that you're going to attract the right kind of client to your account. And it's a great idea as well to look at the kind of content that your favorite brands are using and see if you can kind of replicate, don't copy, but do something similar in terms of style so that if they ever fell on your page, they'd be like, oh, their style matches exactly the kind of content that we're posting. We're looking for a new photographer, maybe we'll inquire. And on the flip side of that, you actually have to engage. You have to do some kind of outreach and build a relationship with the brand. As photographers, we cannot wait for people to just come to us. We need to go out there and get the work and pitch to the people that we would love to work with. So essentially, you want to follow them, interact with their posts, leave comments, like their posts, watch their stories, just interact with the brand and start building that relationship. And just make sure that your engagement is actually genuine as well. Number 4 is utilizing Instagram stories. I probably post an Instagram story at least once a day, and I think stories are an incredible way for your audience to get to know you more because, believe it or not, your personality, you're actually your secret weapon. Now, I love doing Q&As and I try and do these weekly so that people who are following me, who are photographers, they have the opportunity to ask me questions. But it also allows me to share more insight into photography and everything that goes with it to help educate my potential clients who are watching me. So really utilize your Instagram story features such as quizzes, questions, countdowns, polls, all those types of features to help drive engagement. All right, number 5, and this I think is really, really important, and it is creating value-based content and being incredibly clear with your messaging. Now, after polling you all on my Instagram, majority of you said that a main struggle of yours was to find the right kind of followers and clients and attract them to your page. Now, in terms of building your community and finding the right kind of people who would want to follow you, people who might want to hire you, it comes down to how valuable your content is and how clear your messaging is. So people will follow a photographer for a couple of different reasons. 1, they find your content informative and it adds a lot of value to their life. 2, they find you entertaining and a source of inspiration. And 3, they're potentially interested in working with you, and so they want to see more. They want to see more of your content. They want to be able to trust you before they inquire. Now, when it comes to your messaging, you have to be quite mindful of exactly who it is that you want to target. Now, a lot of you have said that you want to attract more high-paying clients to your business. But the thing is that your content might not actually be talking to them. You might still be talking to small businesses who have a lower budget. For example, if you are trying to attract a higher-paying client or a medium to larger brand, but you're still trying to persuade people as to why they should even invest in product photography, that's not going to attract that type of business. That's going to attract a small business with a lower budget. So these people over here who have a higher budget, they already know that product photography is a great investment, but you need to convince them why they need to invest in you. And obviously it's not just about your messaging, it's also about the quality of your work. The quality of your work also has to reflect the higher price that you want to charge. So when it comes to finding clients yourself to pitch to connect with, it's about understanding who it is that you would really enjoy working with. What kind of product photography do you actually enjoy doing? And hashtags are a great place to start when it comes to trying to find new brands to work with. Otherwise, you can also look at the suggested brands as well. So if you go onto a particular brand that you really love, you can then see all the suggestions of other brands to follow as well. But then it's up to you to build the relationship. Don't wait for people to come to you. So overall, if you can combine all these points I've touched on today, this will help you move forward with a really strong content strategy. There is plenty of work out there for everyone. I know that sometimes it might seem that the market is really saturated. Let's be honest, probably every market is saturated now, but there is still room for you in this industry. And there are so many brands who need content, brands at different budget levels, brands who need different kind of styles. And brands will also use multiple photographers along the way. So I want you to go out there, take control of your marketing strategy, take control of your business, and connect. And remember that building relationships builds business. And this is why I'm such a fan of showing up on my Instagram stories, showing up on my feed, and showing my face, because that is the quickest way for someone to trust you. And at the end of the day, the brand is most likely going to hire the person they trust the most. And so if you're consistently putting your face out there, you're relating to your audience, you're allowing your audience to get to know you, they're most likely going to hire you over the person who does none of those things. But I hope this video has encouraged you to stay consistent, to show up more, embrace video, and just keep going.